Hey guys, I am here today with Miss Kayla. Say hi.
Hi.
Kayla and I are here to share with you our latest project for Discount Paper Crafts. And as you can see, we are getting a head start on our Halloween decorations, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we decided to alter this beautiful printer's tray. And we used the lovely papers by Graphic 45, Steampunk Spells. It's one of my favorites. Do you like this paper?
Yes.
It's really cool, huh? So anyways, let's get started because as you can see we have a lot to cover. This is just a printer's tray. This particular one is by from Hobby Lobby, and it came with a handle on the front, or the top I should say, and I took that off because I wasn't sure. The handle was here on the side, and so this is how we wanted the layout to be. So I took that off, and we'll probably, stick it up here for later, but this is going to be hanging on the wall, so it's really not necessary, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did we do first, Kayla, to the frame?
Well, first, what we did is we got some of our sand. Well, actually, first we glued papers on.
Yes.
We glued all of our papers. Then we got some sand and some black paint, mixed it all up, and we started to put it all over to give it a nice bumpy texture.
Mm-hmm. What did we use to apply the sand and paint mixture? Do you remember?
We used brushes, and we also used our little spatula.
Mm-hmm.
And we went like this.
That's right. We wanted it to really be caked on there. We were going for the look of charred wood. And I'll show you a close-up so you can see what I'm talking about. It's just really big. So this is the texture that we wanted. It's a sand and paint, acrylic paint mixture, as you can see. And it was applied really, really thick with the spatula, and then we went over it with a couple of foam brushes. And then after that, we added a little bit of white acrylic paint just in some areas, as you can see here, to pick up some of the detail. And that gave it the look of like ashes, when wood burns and after it's done burning and it's just sitting there and it's kind of turning to ash, and that's the look that we were going for. So it's like charred. The entire piece was burned and now it's, just turning to ash. So we thought that came out really cool. Do you like that finish?
Yes.
It was very neat, right? And a lot of fun. It's just caked on there real thick. Alright, I'm going to put that back there so we can go over it. And I guess what we'll do is we will go compartment by compartment, and this does not want to stay up. Give me 1 second. I've got some stuff back here to help it stand up. Alright, so let's start off. You want to start off over here in the corner? Yeah, we'll start off over here. So what did we do here?
Right here we had our little like a strand of string, and it's black and white, and we put little banners from our papers on there, and like a pin we put flowers.
That's just 2 little black flowers from our stash with just a little bit of white gesso on top so they can stand out a little bit since they blend so well with the background. So we just created a little banner, and as you can see, every compartment is covered with paper from the Steampunk Spells. We used a little bit of old curiosity shop, like right here in that area, and then a little bit down at the bottom.
Like right here.
You guys could see that.
The little glass.
But most of the paper is Steampunk Spells. So anyways, moving on, and this compartment, it's just paper. We didn't really do anything there. Here, we decided to do, this was supposed to be like the little lab, like the little, the mad scientist lab. So I've got like a little wood clock here that I used crackle accents on. And then, let me see if I can get a close-up. Alright, that's as close as it'll go. Okay, and then I've got the Tim Holtz candelabra, and what I did is I cut out some of the candles. I cut out 2 of the candles, and what we did to them, we applied gesso to them to give them a nice texture, and then we painted the flame using the, let's see, what's it called? We need, God, I can't think of the name right now. That gold stain, oh God, Wild Honey. Sorry, Wild Honey by Tim Holtz. That's what we used for the flame. And then I painted the little handle black, and then went over that with some silver acrylic paint. And then of course we used our wax. Where's our wax? There we go. We used some melt art wax on the actual candle itself. And basically what I did is I just added a few pieces of the candle wax and then melted it using my heat tool. And this way it gives it a really realistic look. Let me show you. It looks like, you know, real candles. I think I'm going to hold it like this. Maybe you guys could see it better. So it's really cool. So it's two little candles. One of them is, you know, on foam tape to give it dimension. And this here is a stamp. This is a stamp for my stash. It's, you know, little bottles. And I stamped that onto one of the pattern papers. I fussy cut it out. I added this cute little spider for my stash. It's like a little sticker. Back here I've got a Tim Holtz bottle or vial, and this little label was fussy cut from one of the papers. I adhered it on there, and it just says Witch's Brew. Really cute. Of course we have some cheesecloth down here at the bottom. And what's this? What do we have here?
A wishbone.
I know, aren't they cute? The little Tim Holtz wishbones. Very cute. We added one right there. Oh, looks like it's coming off. I've got to get more glue on there. And then let's see, the next compartment is just this little skeleton charm. I picked it up at one of our local stores down here.
It's carrying a cauldron.
Yes, it's carrying a cauldron. We didn't do much to it, just glued them on there. Looks really cool. And then this other compartment is just one of the fussy cut images from the paper collection that we just added on there. It says Toe of Frog. And then we're moving on to the next compartment. What did we do here?
We put our steampunk papers with moons and stars. And we put a little moon with a bunch of little bats.
And what did we do for the moon? Do you remember?
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
The gesso.
Yeah, first we put a couple of coats of gesso on it, and I believe we painted it yellow.
Yes, we painted it yellow and a little bit of orange to give it that nice golden moon color. And then that little bat is from the Tim Holtz Movers and Shapers die. And then these little smaller bats are from a punch. This really small punch. I forgot. I think EK Success makes it, and it's just three different sizes of bats made out of cardstock.
Really cute.
Really cute. And they
we put it in hot air balloon.
Yes, we put the hot air balloon.
Like a puzzle.
Like a puzzle. We cut it into pieces.
See?
There's like three pieces.
The top and little sections
sides.
right there.
And we thought that came out really cool. And
it's like it's flying through the night.
Exactly. And then we got some cheesecloth up here.
We added a lot of cheesecloth.
It's like a spider web.
Oh, we actually did do our little spider web.
We did. We're going to go through that in just a second. And let's see, moving on. Sorry about this. This is a little bit hard to show because it's so big. Let me go back. Oops. That's it. All right. And then moving on. The next compartment, no, we're down here. This compartment is again lined with the Steampunk Spells paper, and we use this beautiful chipboard frame. Let me see, I'll show you the chipboard frames, and all these items can be found on Kathy's shop. At Etsy. We will put the link below so you guys can take a look. And these are the frames that we used. They are by Blue Fern Studios, and these frames are called Petite Boutique frames, and you get 5 of them. Really cool. We only used 2 of them, so there's 3 more, and they're really beautiful. And for this particular one, all we did is we applied a couple coats of gesso, right? Remember? Just leave it. We used a couple coats of gesso, and then we went ahead and painted it black. And then, do you remember what we did for the crackle?
What we did is, first we had to put a bit of Elmer's school glue on it.
Well, this one was different. This one wasn't the school glue. This one was this particular thing. Do you remember? This was, we crackled this one using the Rock Candy Crackle Paint, or, Clear Rock Candy by Tim Holtz. That's how we get the little itty bitty crackles. But the glue one's coming up soon. Ooh, bless you, honey.
Thank you.
So we used that crackle on that, and then we went over it very lightly after it dried with some white paint to pick up on some of the crackles. And then the inside image was fussy cut from the papers, and we put her name down at the bottom. What's her name?
Madam.
Macabre. So that's her. And then here I have a key from my stash, and the key was a bright silver color, so we just used a little bit of black gesso all over the key. Remember, we rubbed it in with our fingers. You don't need to show it, it's okay. But we used some black gesso and then a little bit of ribbon. It's like a little teal ribbon on the top of that. So just a little skeleton key. And then the next compartment is really cool.
I came up with the idea.
You did, you're so clever. We took the little, I guess the little scroll or a little paper it was fussy cut from one of the paper collections, and it says double double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble, from one of the papers, I should say, the pattern papers. And then Kayla thought it would be a great idea to include the feather, right?
And make it seem like someone wrote that.
That's right. So someone wrote that up. We just took a black feather. I cut a little bit of the little feather pieces from the bottom so I can give it a point.
We got our little Tim Holtz bottle and our little thing to make it look all dirty and dusty.
That's
with
right.
Black paint.
We put black paint in the bottle to make it look like ink. Really cool, right? So that was a wonderful idea, by the way. Very clever. And then the next compartment is just lined with the paper and the Tim Holtz, I can't remember, this one, it comes with a candelabra. It's the same die, but it's like a hanging spider, and it was cut out of chipboard.
We made it a black widow.
We made it a black widow, that's right. We painted it black, and then we used our embossing ink and our black embossing powder. Very good. And it made it look really shiny. Look at that.
Shimmery and shiny.
So it's a black widow. And then there's lots of little spider webs in that compartment because that's where it lives. And we used, just a little spider web decoration that you can, find at your Dollar Tree. We just stretched it out all over the place. You could see the spider webs all over. It looks really cool, huh?
And then you forgot about this guy.
Yeah, we will get to him. I forgot about this. This is beautiful. This is another beautiful chipboard piece by Blue Fern Studios. And this one was called the Royal Border. It is so intricate and it's very, very pretty.
Too bad we only had one.
I know, only one comes in that pack, and all these beautiful chipboard pieces can be, found at Discount Paper Crafts. They're absolutely gorgeous. Kathy really stocks up on all the chipboard pieces, so you guys got to go check them out. And this one, we wanted to give it like a really grungy look, right? And so what we did is we just kept the raw chipboard, but we inked it using the Versamark ink. And then we used the Tim Holtz Distress embossing powder in the vintage photo, right? And then we used our heat tool, and what else?
And then it got nice bumpy texture, and it's a bit shiny. And then what we did is we got our distress stickles, and we got some on our finger and just rubbed it all over the place. You could see little spots there. All over.
Yeah, we used the distress stickles in black soot, so you could see how it gives it a really nice texture, and it makes it look really old and grungy, like it's rusty and dirty, right?
Really
Came out
cool.
really cool. So that's what we did there, and then let's move on to the next side here.
Yeah.
This one's the same thing. This is the Blue Fern chipboard frame. This one we gave it about 4 coats of gesso, really nice and thick. And then we painted it black. And then I used the gold Rub and Buff and vintage, antique gold. See, right on the edges, right on the tops. And it picks up on some of the little bumps and little nooks and crannies of the frame. It came out really neat. And then, of course, here's the little image from the paper. And we've got his name on there, which
Mr. Seymour Bones.
Mr. Seymour Bones. Pretty cool, right? And then, of course, we have some more cheesecloth over here for spider webs. Very neat.
Actual spider webs.
And actual spider webs. That's right. And let's see, moving on to the next one. The next compartment here is lined with the paper. And we use the Tim Holtz weathered cloth. We cut it out of chipboard. And what do we do here to make that finish?
Well, first we have to give it a nice, actually, I think we put gesso, of course, right?
Yes,
we always put our gesso. We put a few coats. And then we painted it black. And what we did is, this is the part with the Elmer School glue. And then we used our crackle paint, acrylic paint, to just paint it on there.
Yeah, we applied a coat of black acrylic paint and then let that dry. Then we applied a thick coat of the Elmer's glue, and while it was still wet, we applied a coat of the warm white acrylic paint. And as it dries, it gives it these really, really neat big crackles. You guys can see that. Comes out really, really cool. And we did the same thing with the hands. And then we attached them on there with just a little brad. And of course, it's just half of the clock. The other, it's like, you know, a broken clock sitting there. In the back, we added a few little gears from my stash. These are just like little gears that you pick up at Michael's, and I grunged them up a little bit using some black gesso. Okay, very neat.
Golden.
They're different metallic colors.
Brownie, golden, all kinds of colors.
The next compartment is a small one. The paper we used, as you can see, is from the old Curiosity shop. We just lined the back. I added a little light bulb from Tim Holtz that we grunged up with some black gesso. We put some spider webs over it.
And then you got an awesome idea.
What was that?
We got our little skulls that we got from Dollar Tree. And we put some black gesso on it to make it look dirty and grungy. I did the dirtiest.
You did. It came out really cool. Yeah, so we just grunged them up a little bit more. So we got 3 little skulls there, and then there's a bunch of spider webs in the background. Down here, this one was really easy. We just fussy cut a little owl. We thought he was kind of cute, so we fussy cut him out of one of the papers. And I cut out the bottom just a tiny bit so he could fit in there really nice.
And then we glued it up a little higher.
We used foam tape to give it dimension, and it says Totally Wicked. And the next compartment is just one of the fussy cut cards from the paper.
Wool of Bat.
Wool of Bat, and he's just in there really neat. And then the next compartment, we forgot about the mouse. You want to talk about the mouse?
We got a little mouse from Dollar Tree, and it came with a spider and bats too, but we wanted to use a little mouse. And we had a bottle somewhere. I forgot where you put it, but we cut off some.
Well, that was a different mouse. So we had cut off his feet because we wanted to use him back in the little lab, but it didn't work out. So we just kept this one with his feet, right? But we used a little bit of gesso just on top to give him, you know, a little bit more color. And just glued him on there using E6000. And then down here, this spells room. This is the room where the witches live. And we stamped a little cauldron on one of the pattern papers. We fussy cut the cauldron out, and then we popped it on some foam tape.
And then we made it look like it had a fire.
Yes, we made it look like it was fire.
And then we added our cotton and spread it out to make it look like steam and stuff. And then here's some more cheesecloth and webs. Black cheesecloth.
Yes, very neat. And then that little, I guess the handle, the spoon, it's just like a little chipboard piece that we had. We just tucked it in there. I cut like a little slit using my X-Acto knife right here in the cauldron. We tucked in the little cotton pieces and the little spoon so it looks like it's coming out from the cauldron. Here for the fire, I used a pick. This is a little Michael's pick that's nice and glittery. And I just cut little pieces of it. And we attached it down here at the bottom using some E6000 and some hot glue to make it look like flames. And look how it shimmers. It's really cool, huh? Very neat.
And then here we have our little glasses again, but these ones are black.
Yeah, these are black. Then the next compartment was really easy. We just added some cheesecloth. Here we have a skeleton hand. What did we do to it?
We put black gesso all over to make it look nice and grungy.
And then we just added these little chipboard, not chipboard, little Chit Chat stickers by Tim Holtz. And it's just a spooky Halloween. Pretty cool, right?
And then we have our little papers back there and our cheesecloth spider one.
And then the last compartment, you want to tell them what we did?
Well, here is really cool and easy. What we did is first we glued our little fence.
No.
No, first we glued our snake.
No. What did we do to the fence?
Of course. Well, at first it was just a regular chipboard piece. But what we did is we got our big shot and we used our little embossing folders and made it look like nice wood. And then what we did is we used our
ink pad?
Yes, I forgot which one it was. So.
Vintage photo. We used vintage photo ink pad.
And just inked it all over.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we inked all the edges to make it look nice and shadowy.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a shadow.
What color did we use for the shadow?
Black soot.
Very good. And that's what we did for our fence, to give it a nice wood look, and it's a little rickety fence. And then, what do we have inside?
Moss.
Moss from the Dollar Tree.
It's not fake.
It's not fake, it's real moss. And Kayla said it looked like it was really dead bugs in there, right? And then we have a snake. This is a little plastic snake from the Dollar Tree. Hopefully you guys can see him. He was a little bigger than we thought, and he didn't fit. We had to cut him into pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we cut one piece, the front part. This is his head coming out.
A little tongue too.
Mm-hmm. We wanted him to come out from the fence.
He really blended in because it's like nighttime.
Yeah.
And then we also had the little tail, but it was like this, so we moved it.
Yeah. See the little tail?
And we put some gesso on it
Mm-hmm.
to pop out.
And then, of course, we added lots of little spider webs all over the fence. Looks really cool.
And that's our...
And that is it, right? Can you think of anything that we missed? I think we covered everything, right?
Yep.
Let me see. Scoot over, baby.
Oof.
Let me see. Let me give you guys a look of our tray here. Oh, we had so much fun altering this, right? Did you have fun?
Yes.
It was lots of fun. And we love these papers so much that we're going to make another project, right?
Yep.
I'm using these beautiful papers by Graphic 45. So take a look at our printer's tray and tell us what you think. Feel free to leave us a comment. If you have any questions, leave them as well. We always get back to you. And you guys, make sure you check out Kathy's shop. Right now she has tons of goodies, lots of chipboard pieces from Blue Fern Studios and other collections as well. The Steampunk Spells is on there. She's got a lot of new goodies, so definitely go check everything out. We had so much fun. I had a blast creating with these beautiful papers. I know you did too.
Yes,
right?
It's very fun.
We can't wait to get started on our second project because we're definitely going to have tons of stuff for Halloween. We love Halloween. It's lots of fun.
We still have a bunch of chipboard pieces left.
I know, so we have to use those up too. So anyways, guys, we hope you liked our project. We had a lot of fun creating this, and hopefully you guys like it. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see you soon.
Bye.